What's up, maniacs? I'm the Male Messiah for Total Rock, and this is, unfortunately, the last day of Wacken, but on the good side, I am joined here by heavy metal legends. Helloween, how's it going?
Well, part of them. Going well.
Are you looking forward to your set later?
Yeah, absolutely.
Better than backward.
Cool. So you're on the Punkers United tour. How's that going?
It's a lot of work. It's like long. Like we used to play around 3 hours every day, and then that was kind of some challenge, that we didn't really anticipate when we agreed.
But also it's very exciting, so we didn't expect to have so many people going to the shows, and so when we started the tour we believed there would be some little buzz, but then in the end that it turned out so well, playing these 3 hours shows and playing arena shows, and yeah, really nice.
It's good that you asked him or that he says so, because I'm never so emphatic, so I can't really say anything in that direction. So that was just what he said was just right. Yeah. Cool. I always forget.
Cool. So obviously on this tour you've got Michael, Kai and Andreas doing the singing as well. How's that working out?
Perfectly. I mean, especially the main vocal parts are between Andy and Michael Kiske, and they get along very well privately as well, which is just perfect for the whole tour, and they split up vocals very well, and they match. They're a perfect match, the two singers of them.
Cool. So
almost as if they could live together.
Yeah. We're doing those gay jokes sometimes, because then you see those live shots from the stage, and they're actually doing this like being friends together and stuff like that. And some of those pictures, they turn out to look pretty gay, so we're making fun of that sometimes.
Cool. So how did that sort of come about? Obviously, how did they sort of get back involved with Helloween?
That just worked out. After it was clear that we were going to do these things, right? And that was like, how could it be? What could go wrong or whatever? And it's strange. Nothing goes wrong. It's like an old family, and like Uncle Kai and Uncle Michael Kiske and Uncle so-and-so. It's strange. And what I've said in a few interviews before, so that's not new what I'm telling you here, but it's what it is. There's people who go to bed and then they have a dream, right? And we are waking up every day and we have this dream going. This is really strange, Can't escape it. It's kind of magic somehow. That's all I can say.
Cool. Because obviously they record the song, the song together. How the reaction of that happened?
We thought about doing a song, but then in the end we were so much involved with the rehearsings and we forgot about it kind of, and then our management came and said, hey, listen, but you wanted to do this one song and now it's the time. And then there was Andy who had some ideas, and there was Michael who had some ideas, and then the three of them, Michael, Andy and Kai, they just put their ideas together, and Kai finished the whole demo part of it, and then we just went to the studio recording. And that's it. It was maybe like 3-4 weeks selecting parts and stuff like that, and then recording it. And it was very close to tour start. So
yeah, and it was kind of a quick shot.
But it was like a seamless transition from rehearsal room to the studio and back to the rehearsal room, back on tour. So it worked out very well.
Oh, cool. Some people sort of cite Helloween as the sort of origins of like power metal. So do you see yourselves like that, or because obviously you guys started as like a heavy metal band, do you see yourselves as like the origins of power metal?
That could well be, but let's state at the same time there was Judas Priest who did that stuff in '79 already, right? And with the Unleashed in the East, and then there maybe were the Pretty Maids, right? With Red Hot and Heavy and stuff. But there was us as well, right? And then Well, we seemingly, paired the whole thing with more speed and aggression and whatever. I mean, I think we were kind of faster than Priest by that time. And that's maybe the only thing that puts it apart. But then, yeah, originators of German, whatever, power metal, blah, 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 anthemic themes and stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe, right.
So at that time you had like yourselves and Accept and all that's coming out as well.
Yeah.
That sort of
Rainbow, you know.
Rainbow.
At that time it was like, you know, the heaviest guy you would see with their like rocker jackets and bikers and stuff. They all went to Rainbow and Motorhead, right? That's what it was. And then there was a bit of Black Sabbath, right? Who were like the biggest you would ever know after Led Zeppelin or whatever. And I didn't know of their significance that much because we always thought we were underdogs listening to Black Sabbath, but in fact they were so huge and we weren't even aware of it because there was no internet where you could like see a rating of like who's biggest, right? You always assumed that like Uriah Heep is as big as Rainbow or Deep Purple is as large as Black Sabbath, which in fact they were not, right? And so you put that into perspective afterwards, but back then to us they were all those huge acts, right?
Cool. Yeah, so it's like, what's next for after this tour?
I think we need a big break then, because we're touring straight onto Christmas. So we are going to the United States, doing a tour there after the festival gigs, and then we're going to South America again, which will be a great package with Arch Enemy, who are playing here today as well, and Creator.
Cool.
Killer package, really digging it, and then we're going back to Europe, playing a couple of European shows, and then I think we're going to be pretty exhausted after that long time touring, having a little break, and then let's see what's gonna happen, you know.
Any UK shows at all coming up?
Oh, we hope so, but there's nothing in the making yet. I would have thought of at least some kind of Bloodstock, but you know, we missed this one. This is not going to be.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, if whenever there's something going on with, you know, it's a matter of bookings and agents and asking us to, you know, and I don't know to which extent. That would be a good idea, yes.
Cool. Obviously you've had a awesome career and everything. What would you say is your favourite album is of your career?
Well, that's not easy because even since I'm in the band, we made so many albums, and you know, and then you, as an artist, you never look back that much, you know. So you rarely listen to your own music all the time. So and then after some while, you'll listen to a couple of songs from this or that record, and then you recognize, well, that's a record. I never thought it was that good. Or sometimes you think like, oh, we should have done it better, and you know. So it's really hard to tell what's the best. But you have the significant career-making records sometimes. So when you go back to the days, you had, of course, Keep Off the Seven Keys was like a big impact, and then later on, when Andy joined the band, you had Master of the Rings and Time of the Oath, which was a big impact. And then with this lineup, before Pumpkins United, we had Keep Off the Seven Keys, The Legacy, and Seven Sinners, and whatever. So,
God Given Right was pretty significant, I thought.
Yeah.
Cool. I suppose it's like you can't keep looking backwards. You've got to keep pushing forwards and try and sort of not improve, but more sort of evolve and sort of make something fresh, but not steering away too much from sort of the basic sound.
Yeah, and the thing is, we created enough variation during the career. In the run of things, we can basically do a soppy ballad and we can do some ultra high-speed thrasher. And so, yeah, luckily we're free to pick anything in between and release something, and then people are going to say, okay, this fits the profile still, or whatever. So we're very, very lucky as we are not limited. I mean, we took risks and we got backstabs and whatever from fans who were not satisfied with that. But then out of all that variety, you can pick something, and that's going to be fine, you know.
And you're going to have a broader range than artistically, so which is pretty good.
I suppose over like a period of albums, you're not going to have like a load of albums that sound all the same. There's going to be a sort of more of a sort of difference between the sounds between the albums.
What was the question again?
So, over the sort of period of time, if you're like the number of albums you've done, you're going to have like differences in the sound. It's not always going to be the same sort of contrast.
For us, it's more or less about spirit. You know, of course, the sound can change and recording techniques change, and the band had several producers and stuff. But in the end of the day, there's a core to the Helloween music, and it's about the spirit and the energy, and that's what we care about. And if the sound delivers that or transmits that energy to the fan, that's perfect.
Oh, that is so true.
You got to have, you got to have, like, whatever happens, you've got to have that feeling, that sort of, as you say, spirit in the music. You have the spirit, then, you know.
And always a tiny bit of humor.
Magic.
Yeah, magic, yeah.
With a C.
Cool. How do you think the sort of, like, music industry or music, you know, in your time, and it just changed since you've, like, started out to sort of now?
Well, during the 90s, I've been a proponent of better, you know, value your qualities and stuff, you know, and keep it up and don't change too much in regards to whatever Seattle would have dictated upon us, or whatever what everyone did. I mean, even there was a Striper album with low-tuned guitars and growling, right? I mean, I thought, where is this all going and what for, right? There were Judas Priest trying to sound like Metallica and whatever, and you know, I'm just so glad that this time is freaking over for now. And there were people talking into me, yeah, but you know, you got to go with the time, Mikey, you got to see where things stand and whatever, and no thanks, okay? And so let's keep it all classic, round, nice, and optimized as good as it can be, right? I mean, I long for the old times when there was Sweet with Fox on the Run, right? Somebody would have told them in the 90s, like, no, you can't do this now because, you know, right? Or, you know, Rubett's jukebox jive or whatever. What can you possibly change about that? That's just ideal, right?
Don't fix what ain't broke, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, we're out for the good stuff, you know. Should be the direction for the next 30 or 40 years. I call that out. Thanks.
Have you got any advice for any young bands that are starting out now to get anywhere or do what they should be doing at the moment?
Well, I would say, first of all, never stop dreaming. You know, just dream your dream, and there will people come to pull you down. And I think the best move is to get out from where you came from. You know, if you feel like you're not developing a serious career with the people who are surrounding you, you should just leave, and you should be able to be flexible and, you know, get out and know people. You know, play your music to everyone you meet, and maybe if it's meant for you, it's going to happen.
Yeah, and don't give in, don't let go, and don't let people tell you you can't do that.
Yeah,
and there was that Heap song called "You Can't Keep a Good Band Down," or what was it, right?
Cool. Well, thank you very much for the interview. Good luck for your set tonight.
Thanks.
This has been the Metal Messiah for Total Rock. Stay heavy, wreck your necks, and bang your heads.
You look so much like Richie Faulkner, it's bugging.